Hi. Can you hear us? Where's the camera, Paul?
There.
Is it there? Lovely.
Oh, look.
What?
Ooh.
There. Okay.
Should we do it like that?
Just pretend you're doing Sunday chat, Paul.
Sunday chat!
No, just pretend you're doing Sunday chat. Just be normal.
All right.
Rather than silly. Good evening. Say hi.
Hi.
Where are the comments?
Oh, I don't know. Press that.
All messages are visible. We need.
There.
Say hello. Give us a comment. Say
Learn
something. No, that's fine. You've ruined it now.
Oh, look. There's comments now.
Good evening. Welcome. Hi, Joe. Hi, Courtney. Hi,
Oh,
Nancy.
they vanished. Oh, there we are.
Hello, Selkie. Welcome. Welcome. We've not been live on YouTube for a long time.
No, not a long time.
Well, Paul, if you want to say silly things, go ahead.
The thing is, the comments vanish.
Hi, Rue. Hi, Gillian. Yeah, they vanish if people aren't saying things.
Oh.
Hi, Anna. Biscuits and Groovy. Hi, Courtney. Welcome.
It's bizarre. You need to keep on commenting. So if you don't comment, they vanish for some reason. Not quite sure why. Look, vanished.
Hi, Marie. Hi, Living Life. Hi, Anne. Pacific Northwest Garden.
Hi, Shaz.
Hi, Shaz. Hi, Eleanor. Hi, Jeanette. Hi, Donna. Hi, Mama. Welcome. Welcome. Well, thank you very much. This is my lockdown chic. This is lockdown chic. I've not done any preparation at all for this. I've come straight from the kitchen.
He has, literally.
Straight from the kitchen.
Literally.
From cooking a chocolate cake, which I have iced with melted Lindor. You know, the balls, the round balls, the chocolate balls.
Chocolate balls.
I melted them in the microwave because we had a box of the dark ones. And I didn't want to make a buttercream icing because Paul doesn't like things too sweet.
No.
And the Lindor Dark, actually, they're slightly bitter. So I thought, I've got a box of these, I may as well melt them and pour them all over the gorgeous, dark loveliness of the chocolate brownie cake that I've made. So I've done it, and I've just come straight from the kitchen. I know. I've also come direct from fighting ants as well. The warm weather has returned, and I said to Paul the other day, I said, I hope we don't get an ant invasion again, and we have had an ant invasion. So luckily I had a stock of ant bait stations, which I put in place, and they are now doing their job of killing the little shits.
I've seen 3. I've seen this invasion of ants. Well, I've seen 3
You've
so
not looked
far.
Along that skirting board.
I haven't looked along that skirting board.
They're having a rave along the skirting board, basically.
I can't hear the music.
No, this is not a quiz.
No, it's not a quiz. No.
This is traditional live show where we sit literally and chat for an hour, sometimes 2.5 hours, but you're not going to get 2.5 hours.
Sometimes 10 minutes.
So, you know.
Baking soda and powdered sugar for ants. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, I prefer to use good old killing chemicals.
But you have done lots of, what have you used?
Tea tree oil. I've got the peppermint oil out.
Peppermint oil.
To sort of create a barrier. The problem is, look guys, we live in a Victorian detached property with wooden floors and basically lots of access points for creatures to get in, you know.
They're not marked access points.
But basically things will get in. But we didn't have ants for years.
Well,
I
have
mean,
you seen what Selkie said then?
what did you say?
Selkie said, you need a cat, soon get rid of the ants.
Well, you telling me our 3 cats used to go around and eat all the ants?
No,
I don't think
maybe
so.
their pheromones discourage the ants from coming in.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe.
But it is interesting, isn't it?
It's been 2 years.
It's been 2 years.
And we've
had lots of ants.
Actually.
That's very interesting, Selkie.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So I do apologise if we've not said hi to anybody. I believe Pag's here. Hi Dahlia from Chickenlandia. Hi Mark. Hi Marianne. It's your mum's birthday today. Happy birthday to Marianne's mum. How old is your mum?
Marianne's mum.
Mittens, hello. Jay McHugh, hello.
Joe, I hope they're not scouts because we certainly don't want more of them.
So she's 73 and no, they're not scouts. They're coming from a nest and the nest must be outdoors.
I think it's sort of at this side.
Yeah,
and I think they come around the front.
You know what? They will take the bait back to the nest and the whole nest will die.
Well, supposedly, yeah.
Well, it worked last time.
Did it?
Yeah. We only had them for a few days and then they stopped coming in. So that's the way it will work. That's the way it's going to work. No mercy for the ants. Hi, Glenn.
You have none for ants, do you?
Hi, Caroline. It's your first live stream with us. Well, it's our first live stream in a long, long time.
Yeah.
We took a good break. We used to do it every single week, but I think I got to the point where so I used to do it on my own until you demanded that Paul joined me.
I don't think so.
I used to do it on my own, and I think I did about 50 shows.
Yeah, I think you did.
I think I did about 50 and then took a break. So,
yeah, the thing is, Marianne, boiling the kettle and putting the kettle down on our wooden floorboards wouldn't be a great thing to do.
No.
Yeah, could the cat urine smell keep the ants away? Possibly.
It's not as though I'm sorry. No, stop. Our house did not smell of cat urine. Okay, let's just get that clear. Thank you very much.
It smelt of Paul urine.
And actually, their toilet was the opposite end of the house to where the ants are coming in. So I'm not sure that goes. But hey, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, you can just leave them and they'll kind of find their way. But you don't want them to go near food, you know, and start raiding the cupboards and things like that. And
Raving and raiding.
And making their own cakes.
When we were in Bali, we did, which was many years ago, we did have a line of ants that came in off the terrace through the, what do you call those? Patio door type things. Then through the bedroom, into the bathroom, through the bath, and then out of the bathroom window.
Of course, our cats at one point had 2 toilets. They were indoor cats.
Yeah.
So they had 2 litter trays and a water fountain and a continuous supply of food. And they were very, very good at self-regulating, actually. We taught them through giving them small meals quite often. They just helped themselves. So they were very slim, just how cats should be. They never got fat, did they?
No, I got
Paul,
fat.
Don't do that. You're gonna spoil it. Not like a flushing toilet. No, darling. No. Paul, you're gonna ruin it. If you ruin
Does
this,
it say all chats are visible? Look.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't understand why they vanish.
Don't ruin it, Paul. Always ruining things, aren't you? Hi, Lucy.
Flies. Oh no, flies are...
Interestingly enough, actually, our neighbour landscaped her garden 2 years ago, actually.
Yeah, put a new...
And I think that's what caused it.
I think it did. Put a new shed in right at the bottom of her garden, which sort of backs onto our wall here. Yeah.
This is a live chat, Mark. Welcome. Hello, Adam. You've got a question. I'm not a support worker. I work in social care and I work for the NHS. I am a receptionist for the local learning disability team. So I'm actually classed as a key worker because I work for the council, although I'm not frontline health, but I do come into contact with clients and we do run a critical service. So I'm still working. I still go into work now for just half a day per week. So, but I work from home for the remainder of my hours. I'm a part-time receptionist. So yeah, there you go.
Hi, Kelly. Is it lovely and sunny up in Scotland as well, like it is down here? I hope so.
Coffee grounds help create a barrier around the outside. Okay. Yeah, we don't tend to have any coffee grounds as such because we don't really drink that much coffee.
No,
but,
we used to, but not anymore.
Yeah,
really.
We've kind of cut down on coffee recently, which is kind of a good thing for me because I do have a little heart condition which doesn't respond very well to stimulus.
Projects in the house?
Projects in the house. Okay, so yeah, I've always got several projects on the go, but I tend to have big gaps between them. So I'll start a project and then not finish it. Look at that magpie on the roof.
Oh, yes.
I tend to start a project but not finish it. So yeah, I've got several, and I'm actually going to go under the stairs and have a look at the paint that I've got in stock because there are some painting jobs. Don't hold your head in your bloody hands like that, Paul. Who else is going to do the fucking painting?
There's so much paint under the stairs. So much paint.
Thank you, Mark. Hi, Robert. Sorry if we've not said hello to everybody. We do apologise. It's difficult. There's a new system now on YouTube. You always used to be able to see the comments going past, but now they fade when nobody makes a comment. So they've faded now, and then it comes back. You can't wait for this nightmare to be over. Well, there are pros and cons, aren't there? We are absolutely loving London as a quiet city.
I can't believe the silence around us at the moment.
We've got the windows open. Yeah, there have been some planes today, but hi Diane, thank you. Hi Lady Macbeth. We've got the windows open. Normally there are planes going over and, you know, it's really, really noisy, but there have been planes going over today. We're quite near to Heathrow, for those of you who don't know. I don't know where they're going though. Where are they going?
Well, they're likely repatriating people back and then repatriating people to here as well.
Hi Beverly. And hi Jamila.
Of course, many of them will be freight because Heathrow, which is where we're close to, it has taken on a lot more freight than it used to have.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's quite odd, but London quiet is nice. The only drawback, and I'm going to be totally honest with you here, the only drawback are the bloody neighbours. Normally, no, look, let me level with you. I've got to level with you. I have quirks too. Look.
Bye, Roo.
Oh, bye, Roo. Bare neck, I know, Mark. Bare neck. It is getting warmer. This is my lockdown chic. Lockdown chic. No, let me level with you. Normally, midweek, it's beautiful because I can go into the garden and there's nobody. It's quiet. But all the bloody neighbours are in their bloody gardens, on their bloody phones, talking constantly.
And what's the voice like?
Annoying. Anyway.
I totally agree with you, McHugh. I was at the allotment this morning. I did 3 hours at the allotment while Richard, were you doing music or something else?
I did a little bit of composing for my latest single.
Yeah. So I was at the allotment for 3 hours, just over 3 hours, and it was just glorious down there. Absolutely glorious. I did do strimming, which made, a sort of amount of noise. But I did tell my plot neighbours that I was going to be strimming.
Well, you've got to do work. I mean, you've got to bloody work.
But this morning was really about tidying up. I've now that I've moved the bench to a different area to our newly acquired plot, I'm using that as a growing space for the potatoes.
Oh, lovely.
So where the bench was outside, we've got potatoes growing now. How many? 12 pots of potatoes, 12 tubs of potatoes.
My hair's getting long. Well, it is long. It's very long. Look.
Gosh, I have got
It's really long.
Is that a tan or is that?
Well, I think
The
it's
light.
the lovely flattering lighting in here. This is natural light coming in. There's no studio lights tonight. Natural sunshine flooding into the front room beautifully, giving us both a glow.
It feels funny being this side
Does it?
because this is Sunday chat side, not live chat.
Oh, there's a plane.
There's a plane.
Hark.
The
Listen.
plane. The
Oh,
plane.
don't. Because I just think you're some kind of dwarf person when you do things
Well,
like that.
that's about right.
I don't
really.
like that.
Oh.
No.
Have you measured yourself recently?
What do you mean?
Your height?
No. How would I have done that?
I measured
Really,
my
Paul?
height about a month ago, and I used to be 5'8.5", and I'm just 5'8" now. So I've
Right.
started shrinking.
Well, we do shrink as we get older. The spine loses its doodah. You know, it's
Yeah.
whatever
Starts
it is.
shrinking.
It does. We all do. And we are a little bit taller in the morning, apparently.
Yes, because the
fluid fills up.
gravity.
No.
And I thought it was gravity pushes fluid down during the day,
Yeah.
and it therefore compacts the spine a bit more, and therefore we get a little bit shorter.
I don't know.
Maybe I just didn't. Actually, I did do it about 6 o'clock at night. Shoe size, Joe, about size 15 shoe size.
So, Beverly, I will be doing something to the shed at some point.
When you go down there.
Yeah, when I go down there. But Paul, would you like me to be down there all the time when you're there?
No.
I don't think so.
It is a little escape. So Richard does his music or hoovering.
Or the cleaning.
Yeah. Or the cleaning.
Or the washing.
Or the washing.
The dusting.
The dusting.
The vacuuming.
Vacuuming.
The tidying.
Tidying.
The putting of clothes away.
Putting of clothes away.
The decorating.
Yeah. He does a
The
few
gardening.
things. He does a few things.
Just a few things.
And I do all the cooking and breakfast and yeah, and allotment.
You do breakfast. Oh, you
I get the bowls out for the cereal.
Jesus. And make some toast.
Yeah, I cut the loaf, and I put the slices in the toaster and put the toaster on, and I get the plates out, and I get the knives out, and I get the jam out, and
So-
I get the spread out.
Jamela, you were 72 yesterday.
Oh.
Wow, that's lovely. Congratulations.
Happy birthday for
for yesterday. Yeah, lovely.
Do you know who also is a year older today?
Who?
We won't see her, I don't think.
Who?
Jane Kelly.
Is she?
I can hardly believe Jane can get a year older. I thought she was so old anyway, didn't you?
Paul, I think that's rather rude.
She made a cake, or her and her daughter made a cake at home, and it looked rather nice, but then we've got this chocolate cake to come. Why aren't we having the chocolate cake now?
Because we're doing a live show, Paul, and I won't be able to do a live show with chocolate cake in my gob. Plus, if I decide to smear it all over my body, I don't think the viewers would enjoy
no,
that.
that'd be like a dirty protest. I wouldn't like that at all.
Yeah, I might do. Oh,
no,
yeah.
no.
Just for fun.
Yeah, what fun.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to wash all the clothes
Oh,
again.
Paul, I'm
and
just
things.
being silly.
I hope so, yeah. I hope so.
Anyway, so we can talk about the situation here, even though we banned it from our Facebook group. How are you coping? How are you coping? Are you finding certain, we were just talking about aspects of it that are quite good, you know, in terms of the silence, in terms of the streets being quieter,
Quiet.
in terms of traffic, the pollution levels have dropped dramatically in the UK, which I think is fantastic. We can kind of open our windows without having to worry about pollution coming in. So,
Hmm.
how are you finding it? What are the advantages? What are the things that you're finding difficult? I can't, I don't think I'm finding any of it difficult.
Well, one of our plot holders she is usually a radiology nurse, and now she's working in A&E. Had a
Me too,
16
Kelly. Me too.
had a 16-hour shift today, and I saw her. She came down to open up her chickens this morning, and I really feel sorry for her. She's had a tough time over the last few years anyway, with a very, very close friend dying last year. And she loves a hug. She absolutely loves a hug. And every time we see her every time I see her down at the allotment, we always have a hug. And she said to me today, and it almost made me cry. I'm not going to cry now. She almost made me cry, saying, "Oh, I'd love a hug." But we hugged from a distance.
Yeah, and I think people are finding different things pressing their buttons. Mama Ange, you say you went out for the first time in 3 weeks. You're not liking going to the shops. I don't think many people are enjoying going to the shops. We're quite fortunate because we had plenty of things in stock before it started, including things like toilet rolls and stuff, and lots of dried goods and pasta and rice. We had stuff in. And we had a shop booked with Morrison's as well, which was good.
Yeah.
So let me just have a look at what you're writing. Kelly, you're avoiding people anyway. Well, so do I. I mean,
that's your natural state.
That's my natural state. Other than you guys, of course. Out in the garden, enjoying reading, old movies. Dahlia, you're not coping well. You're spending a lot of time with the chickens. It's very depressing. Well, it is depressing for everybody, but we've got to realize that it's not depression.
Yeah.
We're confused, we're saddened, but we have to think about depression as something that may come if we're under lockdown much longer. So, okay.
Marie's keeping her hands busy.
You're missing cooking videos. Well, we've got some plans for cooking, so keep watching. We haven't forgotten.
I think we're going to do that sort of cheesy bean.
Helen, you're eating too much. Well, join the club, honey. We're all going to turn into Jabba the Hutt quite soon. You're enjoying working from home, Karen. That's lovely. Tony, all right.
Hi, Tony.
Difficult wearing a mask at the grocery store. Well, yeah.
We've noticed in the last week that people have started wearing them down here as well. Yeah.
So the kids are bickering. Well, kids will bicker. They have to be kept under control. Lock them in the cellar.
Lock them in the cupboard. Yeah. Not for a whole day, though.
You have your best friends that you miss. Video chat helps. Exactly. We're doing a regular video chat with Vivi, which is lovely. So we are keeping in touch.
Selkie.
Joe, your husband's a postie. It's a major operation when he gets home, I can imagine.
Selkie saying that she's looking after her mum who's seriously ill. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I hope that she can get through that, and I hope that what we do here, thank you very much for joining. It's great.
Okay, you've been going to your garden, Jamila. Gardening is a good thing. If you can do it, it's great. Decontamination, absolutely.
Yeah.
Spending less money.
Yes.
Let's have a look. Yeah, exactly. You've got the gardening jobs done in advance. Me too. Yes, Nancy, we're kind of similar in a way. Caroline, you're going to the small grocery shop and you're distancing. You're used to staying in, but it's difficult. It is difficult for some people, absolutely. Hi, Anthony.
Yeah, Julian says that she missed the hugs as well.
Mark, you've got 4 kids to keep you occupied. Absolutely.
Oh, thanks, Tony. Thanks.
It is sad, Dahlia. It is sad, you know.
Can we just go back to Charissa? Charissa, you say that your family are fruit growers, and yeah, it's getting really, really. The time to pick things is really starting, and that could be a problem. Getting people in the fields to be able to do that, and in the farms to be able to do that.
Hi, 3000. Welcome.
Hi.
So let's, okay, Mama, yeah, your son, you think had the virus, he's on the mend.
Good.
Okay, that's
We had
good.
we had two plot holders at our allotments who believe they've had the virus as well. They had it quite bad for a fortnight, but are back at the plot now.
Yeah, luckily we didn't need to stockpile anything at all because we're the kind of people who are organized in terms of our food. We eat all the time.
Well, we're also lucky because we've got quite a large house and we've got space in our house to store things. So we always have things in. And also it comes from mum. You know, mum was evacuated during the Second World War. And
Hi, Karen.
I think it's interesting that her thing of always buying two things and when they're cheap is sort of where I come from, really.
Yeah, and I think it's quite interesting to talk about. Sorry, I'm just having a look through. There's so many comments. We can't get back to everybody. We can't reply to everybody. Hold on.
Gosh,
Hi,
it's
Terry.
116 people now.
Hi, Terry.
Wow.
Hi, Jackie. Jane Kelly, hi.
Happy birthday, Jane.
Tio Fane, your father is extremely resistant to social distancing. He won't cooperate. It is difficult for a lot of people, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mum is fine. We'll get on to Mum in a minute. Hi, Susan. Welcome. Okay, we've sort of caught up.
Well done, Tony, for doing that. That's absolutely great.
I think one of the things that we need to think about in terms of mental health is to be able to rationalize what's actually going on. You know, the reason that we're staying in is because we're needing to stop the spread. We all know that. So when we're indoors, the one thing that helps us get along are projects, distractions, entertainment. Now, the one thing that I'm doing is I'm teaching myself how to crochet.
And you're doing it well, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm doing a scarf. So that has kept, every time my mind wanders to sort of maybe a few dark, sad thoughts, I will think to myself, right, it's time to crochet, you know? And I know that sounds maybe a little silly to some people, but it enables you to focus on one thing and one thing alone. Because the minute you start to overthink the situation, which you can do nothing about and you simply cannot affect, it starts to get very dark and it starts to feel very sad. And we start to have weird dreams and the rest. You know, society is experiencing this as a whole. And that's another thing to remind yourself. We're all going through this together. So if we can communicate with each other as often as possible, and we can talk to our friends via video, via phone, whatever, and via social media, and keep supporting each other and keep opening up the dialogue about how we feel and what we can do to take our minds away from those thoughts, albeit temporarily, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, if you just sit and be and think, nothing's going to change and you're going to dig a deeper hole for yourself. So remain active, remain engaged, remain in communication with your friends and your family, and talk about how you feel. Nobody's going to judge you, you know?
I think it's really interesting. People have been saying that they're cutting down the amount of news that they're watching, and they're only actually watching it once a day. I think it's really important to do that. I must admit, I look at it twice a day. I look at the news in the morning when we wake up, and then I look at it after our 5 p.m. update, because in the UK we get an update from the government at 5 p.m. So I'm sort of keeping that down. And I must say, I'm so pleased we said on our Facebook group, Planet Vegetaria, that all we want to see is positive things on there, because it really is a salvation from my general news feed, which I don't really look at. I'm finding so much of my time now is spent on Planet Vegetaria than it is spent on my own newsfeed. And I think I look at my own newsfeed once a day. There's a few people on there that I'm interested in that aren't on Planet Vegetaria, most probably never will be on Planet Vegetaria, and it's good to know what they're doing.
So some people, Mittens, you're talking about, you don't knit, but you like to paint. Excellent. You know, get your paints out, start creating, because creativity enables flow. And we talk about flow as being a state where you are completely into what you're doing. Creative people get into flow and they completely and utterly, the whole world melts away and you are completely engaged. There was an interesting article that I read about leaving children, recognizing when a child is in flow with something and how to treat that child, i.e., not interrupting them, you know, provide drink and food at the side of them if they need it, don't interrupt them, let them get on with it and allow them to experience that. And that's kind of what I do when I'm doing music. I get into flow. And Paul will say something like, you know, dinner's ready. And I think, I'm not ready to eat yet. I don't want to eat yet. I'm doing this, you know. But of course, real life and nutrition and health is also important. So, you know, it's important to think of things that you can do, like colouring in, for example. I know quite a few people who colour in and really get into flow with that.
And you can colour in online now, can't you? There's online colouring books that you can get. If you just go onto Google and search online colouring books, you'll find them. Jackie,
well, I just want to answer this. No, I didn't kind of mean that crochet itself was silly, but I kind of meant sort of some people might think getting into knitting or crocheting not particularly important, but those kind of things are important to me because you take yourself on a journey, really. You take yourself from a beginning to a middle and to an end.
But also it's the action of actually using your hands to do something. I think this is why they in care homes and old age people's homes, they try and do quite a lot of different crafts with people's hands, because it's a really good way of keeping the brain occupied and the brain ticking over and active, which is what we all need to do. The worst thing that anyone can do is sit in front of the television all day.
Yeah.
And believe me, I have done it on occasions. I've sat watching Murder, She Wrote and whatever for a whole day. Don't do it very often now.
It is an opportunity to create, Alice, and you're absolutely right. Anne was talking about coloured inks and fountain pens. I'm loving writing with my fountain pen at the moment. It's really great.
I think there are people, Karen, who are getting over obsessed with things, but that is actually the nature of the beast, unfortunately, because it sort of, it feeds itself, if you like. So if you are checking the news on a regular basis, you get into checking the news on a regular basis, and it just sort of feeds itself. And this is where a lot of people who were looking at the environment and got really, really into being political on the environment were hitting eco burnout, and that was for the same reason. They just couldn't get any space or any time out in their minds to be able to enjoy what they do have, because I think that's something that we have to focus on, particularly at these times. We've got to focus on the good things that we do have, the friends that we can communicate with, and the times that are joyful. And I think that's what Planet Vegetaria is giving to me.
And I think, Anna, you're right. I mean, you know, the funny memes, there's a lot of COVID stuff out there. But, you know, it's not just about the funny stuff. It's about the engaging stuff as well, you know. And I think to be engaged in something and interested in something is very beneficial, you know.
I love the fact that your kids are always interrupting you, Dahlia. I think that's... there's a few people on social farms and gardens who are working, and they've realised they've had to change their work day so that effectively they have good chunks of time with their children.
Sorry, when you're talking about online colouring, do you mean colouring that you download and
No,
print?
colouring that you actually do online.
Oh, I've not seen that.
Mm.
So it's your husband's 40th, Kelly, on the 22nd. Okay, yeah. You ain't going nowhere, girl. No,
well,
that's
Kelly, it's Mum's 88th birthday on the 19th, so a few days ahead. And we're obviously not going to Guernsey for that. And I must admit, I had a real pang of emotion at the allotment when I'd known we weren't going, but there was a sudden realization today which really overwhelmed me at one point.
Yeah, but it's about recognizing that we all feel a little bit overwhelmed by this. And being overwhelmed by something is completely and utterly natural. We're not, look, we don't have the brain space in this day and age. We're not evolved enough to handle everything that's thrown at us. And I think that's why a lot of people are really enjoying this simpler, quieter mode of being. When the input that we're getting is different input. I mean, if you are sitting watching news bulletins and reading news bulletins online all day long, you are going to go crazy. So if you want to go there, carry on. By all means, carry on. But we wouldn't advise it. Yes, take in the news when you need to, but restrict yourself to 5 minutes and just get on with other stuff that entertains you and absorbs you. If you're a musician, pick up your musical instrument. If you're a singer, sing your heart out. If you like to dance, dance. But give yourself a structure. You have an opportunity to structure your day exactly how you want it to be.
Which is unusual.
Exactly. How many times have you dreamt and thought, oh God, I wish I could be at home today doing X, Y, and Z rather than going to work? Well, that time is now.
Sorry, we're leaning forward to see the comments. That's what's happening there.
I haven't thought about doing guided meditations. I'm not a therapist. I'm not trained in those kind of things, so I probably wouldn't do it.
I agree, Handy Girl. Focusing on what you can do rather than what you can't is really important.
You cannot control society. You cannot control how this virus is going to be. Yes, it's unprecedented times, but you know what? I'm not surprised this has happened. I'm not surprised. I think it's one of the prices that we've got to pay for living in such a connected world. Really.
Yeah, I mean, if we want cheap goods and we're happy to have them transported around the world,
and cheap holidays,
whether it is from China or anywhere, let's not have a downer on China, because I really don't think this could have happened anywhere. It could be a different virus from anywhere. But if we want cheap goods and we want them transported all around the world, we should accept that things do travel with all that transportation that goes on.
Yeah. And, look,
Jackie.
It's also the price that we pay for living in a connected world in terms of the internet, because that shows how bombarded we are with news and with incorrect information very often as well, which can confuse people. Even here on YouTube, I mean, I'm sorry, but bloody hell, some people have been putting some shit out there, really.
Oh,
it's like we don't need an army of armchair scientists who know absolutely nothing about infection control to spread shit. So, we're bombarded with all of that as well. So, like I say, I'm not surprised that people are overwhelmed by stuff. And that's okay. It's okay to be overwhelmed. look, if you've got existing conditions like depression or anxiety, just stick to your medication. Yeah. Keep on taking the medication. Get in touch with your doctor if there is an increase in anxiety and treat it, treat it accordingly. And the one good thing about technology is there is so much available online stuff to help you distract and relax. Structure, bring some structure to your day. That's what my advice would be. Don't let the day run away without doing something that makes you feel satisfied in some way, shape, or form.
And really take on board the good things. I mean, today we received a load of rhubarb from a neighbouring plot holder, and also two pots of jam, which is lovely, And the glorious thing about it is it's a two-way street. The other day I was giving some plants at a distance to different other people. I gave 2 of our perennial kale out to somebody I haven't seen for a while today.
Hi, Mary.
And being able to share things with other people, even though you might not be able to actually hand it over to them, is really important. So Jackie, that Easter egg on your doorstep, just lovely. I mean, absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely.
I think we're right. You're right, Jane. I think the methods of communication that we've got now, the availability of it to the majority of people, even older people, is fantastic. I mean, what did they do in 1918?
They read newspapers.
And probably did knitting and crochet and needlework or whatever. So we're living in very strange times, but it could be worse. And this is what I've said to a couple of people. At least we're not dealing with nuclear fallout.
At least the virus isn't substantially spreading in the air, so we can have our windows open.
Yeah.
I know it does spread in close proximity. We've been told that, and possibly up to 4 or 6 meters now.
Yeah.
But at least we can have our windows open. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, think if there was a virus in the air that could just that was regularly floating in your window, that would be all our windows would be shut. I mean, absolutely.
Yes, writing letters. Now, I did a bit of letter writing.
Didn't you? Yeah.
I wrote to a care home. I saw it on Facebook, and they said, we might be locked down, but we're still open and for letters. We'd like people to write to us. So I thought, you know what, sod it, I'm going to write to them. So I wrote a 6-page letter to a care home and sent it off. Went to the post box, and I hope they received it, and I hope they enjoyed it. And I think,
pigeon up the chimney. Well, not up the chimney, on top of the chimney pot.
Yeah, I think you've got to look at, what are the words? Compare and contrast. I think we've all got to be grateful for what we have got. And I think we have to remind ourselves that, okay, this is a bad situation that we're in, and it's really very, very sad that we've lost a lot of people. But it could be a lot worse. Could be a lot worse. We're not at war, We've got to, you have to. As human beings, it is in our nature to compare and contrast, That's what we do, Anyway.
Oh, nice to see you, Green Raven. Thanks for joining us. Sorry the alarm didn't go off. You can hear the pigeon, Marie. Yeah.
They love our chimney. They love our chimney top. I'm not sure why. And we get to midsummer, we also get lots of insects coming down the chimney as well.
We get May bugs.
We do.
Well, June bugs. If they're in June, I think they're June
bugs. Well, they're
bugs.
not May bugs. They're
cockchafers.
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 Yeah. Cockchafer beetles. And they love to fly down the chimney because they mistake it for treetops. But I mean, that's
Oh, I see.
they do. But
I see.
that's the price you pay for being surrounded by greenery. Insects are abundant. And that's what you've got to accept. If you've got a natural wild garden, you're going to get lots of insects, which is good. It's a good thing, I think. Anyway, can you see now, Lynn?
Green
Are we
Raven.
visible?
Green Raven says I look like a unicorn because I've got that coming out of my head. Buddha coming out of my head.
Paul.
Yeah.
Honestly.
That's because I'm very precious.
Now, talking about ladybirds, Linda, about, I don't know, it must have been about 10 years ago, in our dressing room, we had an invasion of ladybirds and they came in the window. I don't know how they got in. Yeah. And there were probably about 200 of them. And of course, I love ladybirds. They're so cute.
Or ladybugs in America.
Ladybugs, ladybirds. Ladybird, fly away home. Your house is on fire. Your children are gone. Isn't that horrible? I hate that rhyme.
Yeah.
It's so horrid. Anyway, so I had to waft them out of the window with a little bit of paper, and they all eventually flew away.
You did a bit of screaming as well, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Thousands of ladybirds.
Paul.
Yes, you did. When I came back I went and had a shower after I got back from the allotment, and as I came downstairs from the shower, Richard shouted at me, "They're back! They're back!
They're here."
Yeah, you said they're here. Yeah, you're right.
They're here.
And he was talking about the ants, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, not the poltergeist.
They can, Courtney. They can bite. But do you know there's something like 200 different types of ladybirds? Yeah.
Well, they've never bitten me. I think they like me.
Melanie has snow coming. Where are you, Melanie? Where are you? Also, just coming back. Sorry, just finding Maxine. Thank you very much. I'm so glad that Sunday chat.
Jesus Christ, Paul.
Gives you a nice time on Sunday. So that's really good. Or whenever you watch it.
Well, the only chemicals I ever use are the ant killers. That's the only chemical I use. And, you know, because I'm not having them come in the house and I'm not spreading bicarbonate of soda everywhere all over my Persian rugs. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it.
Don't you do that to clean them anyway?
I do, but not every bloody week. Anyway, they will go. They will. But there is a healthy insect population. It's not going to kill all of them, you know. Are we planning any more podcasts? Yes, we will do another one.
April podcast will be there.
This month, yeah.
Yes,
Go on, Mama, yeah.
Ask a gardening question,
Please
of course.
do. There's lots of gardeners here. I'm sure we can answer it for you.
We were having lunch the other day and a big bumblebee was sort of knocking on our French doors, wasn't it?
It wasn't knocking on the door.
Well, it was banging its head on our French doors. I think it was knocking, saying, "Can I come in? Can I? My bum's a bit sore."
Well, you need to move because we've been sat for longer than 20 minutes.
I'm sitting on my phone.
Oh, don't, Paul. You'll probably break it. Don't be so close to me. You're too hot.
Well, I think you should go over that side. Bought some wildflower meadow mixies. Do I just scatter them and cover with soil? In fact, Mama, all you need to do...
Well, it depends. It depends, actually. It depends. Where are you scattering them? Has it got plenty of light? Because you need to make sure...
You're answering the gardening one, are you?
No, because I've done this. You need to make sure the area that you're scattering them in has got plenty of sun, because wildflower meadow seeds like lots of sun. You need to make sure that the area is prepared, that the seeds will actually come into contact with the ground. Yeah?
Yeah, what I would do is scarify the soil.
Yeah.
It doesn't need any sort of compost or soil on top of it, but rake the soil or do it with your fingers and then put the seed down and then do it with your fingers again.
Yeah.
And give it a water particularly if they're meadow, they need water at this time of year.
Yeah, absolutely.
My phone has started
Oh,
making lots
Paul,
of
it
noises.
always makes stupid noises. I don't like any of the ringtones you choose, Paul.
Why do you think I choose them?
Yeah, to annoy me. I like lovely ringtones, like lovely bells and relaxing things.
I have
and
bells. I have
Paul's-
ding ling 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 ding ding.
Yeah,
ding,
yours
ding,
sound
ding,
like
ding,
alarms
ding,
going
ding,
off. Distressing noises. Really.
Oh, Lisa was in the garden and saw 2 bumblebees. I was strimming at the allotment and I put my fingers down because I always put my fingers in the where I'm going to strim, and 2 fat bumblebees flew out. So I'm really glad I did put my fingers in. You should always make sure where you're strimming that there's no wildlife in there, and just by ruffling your fingers through, that should dispatch anything.
Or as Vivi would say, scratching them in.
Scratching them in. You're talking about seeds now.
Yeah.
Yeah, scratching them in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking about wildlife whilst I'm strimming. Wow.
We do have swarms, don't we, of ladybirds? They do sort of all like to gather together.
They do.
And I think there are certain signs that you can gain from certain proliferation of insects, aren't there?
I thought you meant that there were signs that little signs that ladybirds followed to do their part.
No, Paul.
But no, I got that
Paul.
wrong. I just imagine lots of little ladybird signs, like a treasure hunt or something.
No, don't be absolutely ridiculous, Paul. Honestly, what kind of perverted world do you live in?
But the butterflies, is it the Red Admiral?
Well, I've noticed today
thing?
these tiny little blue butterflies.
Meadow blues.
Tiny little blue ones flying around the garden. Plenty of them. And white ones. And there's been a couple of sort of orangey ones as well.
Right.
But I've not seen any of those bright green ones yet.
No, I think they
they're
come
later.
a little later.
But I think if there's lots of ladybirds, it means we're going to have a hot summer or something.
Right.
What is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Some reason everything has just vanished here.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah, I remember when I was working in God, where was it? Anyway, 10 years ago, I was working in this house, and a whole swarm of ladybirds came towards us, and there were tens of thousands of them, and we could see the swarm coming towards us. It was amazing.
Do you remember that year where that swarm of bees went over the house?
Yes.
We were in the garden. Just having a tea and sitting enjoying the peace and quiet, probably. And we heard this noise, this sort of humming noise. And I said, what's that? And we looked up, and literally a cloud, a huge swarm went over. It was incredible. Incredible. Can we please make a video about art? We've done all the art.
We've done the art.
That's it. That's all the art in the house.
I think that was about 20 pieces of art.
That was it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
we don't have a mansion.
We're not packed full of art. I don't like every single wall to be crammed with pictures. I like some bare walls because I think it's good. I think it's good to not have your walls completely filled. I think too busy a wall is too distracting. And I think put too many pieces on a wall and there's too many things to look at, you know? I think having a couple of pieces to look at is relaxing. And they're pieces that, you know, can be moved around. You don't need to keep the same art on the same wall forever.
You've often moved things around.
Yeah, I like to move stuff around, you know, before it leaves a mark on the wall, basically.
Somebody was asking, are we going to watch Chelsea Flower Show on the virtual tour? Gillian, you were asking that. I didn't know that there was going to be
No, I've
one.
not
So
heard of that.
I did see this morning that an awful lot of the exhibitors are selling their stuff online, and the RHS is pointing people to do that. Paul, you're doing Slackjaw.
June, you've got frost Monday. Well, it's going to be colder here
Yeah.
next week. This is a fluke. This is an Easter weekend fluke, this heat wave we're having. And I can't wait for it to go away because it means those bloody ants will piss off out of here.
Well, hopefully they're going to do that before then anyway, aren't
Well, they will do. They'll be dead soon. When are we moving to Wales? Good question.
Yeah.
When we can find a property, I think probably after the lockdown is, well, when it subsides, because let's face it, this is going to be a process. They're not suddenly going to give us a date and say, from this date, you can all go back to normal. That's not going to happen.
No.
It's going to be a phased return to normal because, you know, it's just not going to happen that way. Once that starts to return back to normal, I think we're going to start looking for a property. Then it might be a good time to look for a property. But we're still looking at the moment, but there's a lot less on the market at the moment, as you can imagine.
But also we did think about Staffordshire the other day, didn't we?
Yeah, Staffordshire's a beautiful county. We thought we might move in next door to Jane Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, we could get Jane looking for a property for us. Yeah. Something like she's got, nice Victorian.
Yeah. And
Derbyshire,
Derbyshire. Do, what's it? Bulotti beans
Blah, blah, blah.
together.
Derbyshire, yes. Derbyshire's a beautiful county. I was in a band and we used to rehearse in Derbyshire in the middle of nowhere in this house on a hill. It was good.
Mama Ang is from Staffordshire.
Oh, look, well, my family are, well, part of my family are from Cannock Chase.
Why is it called Cannock Chase? What's a chase?
Well, there's sort of like I don't know the area. I know where my family are, but I think it's sort of like a sort of natural sort of countryside area.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I don't exactly know what it is because I've never actually been to the Chase. I'm sure somebody will let us know. North Yorkshire, yeah.
Rain, my new Rain, Wales as
You
well.
see, I'm from Cheshire, as most of you know. What was that bird?
It was a black, big pigeon on the roof.
I'm from Cheshire, so, you know, I want to sort of end up back up there nearer to my family. Bye, Kelly. Take care.
Bye, Kelly. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, Shropshire is nice. Lots of areas that I wouldn't live in Shropshire. They get quite a few areas that flood. I would prefer to be in a hilly area because it's what I'm used to. I like hills. Yeah. Staffordshire is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, I'd like to end up nearer to my family, and I've got quite a few friends up there as well. As we get older, it's good, I think, to have a better network around you. In London, what tends to happen is you have a set of friends, but everybody seems to be far apart.
Yeah.
You know? And of course, inevitably, people move out of London. And quite a number of our friends have moved away now.
Yeah.
So we're kind of ready. We're ripe for a move. Wales, I love because it's so dramatic and there's so much to do and see.
I think it's more likely to be Wales.
Yeah.
Particularly where we've been, because it's nearer the sea and I love the sea as well. So who was saying, Glenn, that's great that you're doing a lot in this lockdown and that your wife's helping you with gardening. That's super. It's nice to know that you're enjoying that. Well, I hope you're enjoying it. She might be helping you and you're not enjoying it. Are you enjoying it?
We really do enjoy North Wales. We stayed there quite a few times with some friends, the Tittington Smythes, as you know. And of course, we've fallen in love with Barmouth.
Yeah.
We adore Barmouth. So somewhere in that area would be great, but we would prefer a traditional Welsh cottage with big stone walls, and yeah, bit of land as well. It would have to be on the right side of that valley to get the sun for growing.
And the challenging thing is we love sort of hillsides and mountains and things like that, but obviously if you're looking for a house in that area, in that type of area, you don't have much flat land, and we obviously want flat land to do growing. So
yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
The Chase is a woodland area. It's like a nature area.
Right.
I knew it was kind of like that. When are we thinking of leaving? Well, we're kind of not. I mean, the process is that this house, all the stuff that needs to be done in this house has got to be done and finished. So this house can go on the market confidently and get its best price. And PV could be a B&B for fans. Yeah, it could be. And then ideally we put this place on the market and then we move. We need to go and escape to the country. We have thought about it. We have thought about it.
But you'd only want to go with one or two.
It would have to be Alistair Appleton doing it.
Or what about the other one?
No, I don't like any of the others.
No, I like
Alistair.
What about the other one?
Nikki.
No, not Nikki. The other guy.
Jules.
Is it Jules?
Yeah, I like Jules.
Yeah, you like Jules.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Well, satellite internet is an option. A lot more places have got cable now. The place that we stay in has got good internet with our friends.
But it's not where yeah.
I think the other thing you've got to consider is when you live in a rural place, they are more prone to power cuts, things like that. We had a power cut when we were in Wales that time, didn't we?
We had a couple of minor power cuts last week.
We had a couple of power cuts in London the other day.
Instantaneous.
And appalling internet.
Well, yeah, but you sort of know why at the moment.
It's not been too bad tonight, though.
No, it's been fine.
I think you've all been getting us, and we've got 131 people watching at the moment, which is absolutely incredible. Let me just say thank you, bloody thank you, to all of you for tuning in this evening. It's really, really good of you. And if you don't already follow us on Facebook, on our Facebook group, Planet Vegetaria, please do join, because it's not just about vegetarian food. It's about human interest. It's about the planet. It's about everyday stuff.
It's about smiling as well.
And I vlog every day there. So, do join us there. Send us apply basically. There's a couple of questions to answer. But please do, because, it's great. We'd like more people to join us there on Facebook. Alistair Appleton has a meditation group called Mind Springs. I bet he does. Yeah.
You could watch that.
No, I only like him on Escape to the Country. We need to put more money in the meter. Yeah.
No, not to New Zealand, Glenn, but we have a couple of friends who... Well,
we do.
We've got a couple of friends who emigrated there, and we've got a couple of friends that when I first came to London, they lived in London. They're from New Zealand and lived in London and are now living back in New Zealand. Yeah.
We've
but
got
never
friends
been
all over
there.
the world. Actually.
We have, yeah.
We're very lucky.
I think Mama Ang has just asked to join Planet Vegetaria. So
lovely. Up. Well done.
Thanks, Mama Ang.
We will accept those, what are they called? Not invites. Applications. We'll accept those applications when we finished here.
What we always do, though, is we check that the person is real. That's what we always do. I know, Mama Ang, you are, because you've been commenting on here, but yeah, we do check that.
We follow each other on Instagram as well. Yeah. You can follow us on Instagram if you don't already, which is lovely.
Or Twitter.
Thank you. Bloody thank you. So, yeah.
Or if we're walking down the street, you can follow us.
Bye, Anne.
Oh, hi, Wobbly Bob. Thank you for the hug. Thank you.
Brian's here. Brian, Welcome.
Hi, Brian.
Welcome, welcome.
Oh, Izzy's off to watch Star Trek Voyager.
It is, Gillian. We're really, really pleased with how Planet Vegetaria has gone. I think we're almost on 600 members now. And it's really grown steadily. And it's really great that it is a COVID-19 coronavirus free place. We just simply don't have posts on there to do with that. So we're really, really happy with how it's gone. And it has turned into a real human interest group.
Yeah.
Which is lovely. And everybody is genuinely lovely to each other. I've been on some groups, I don't know about you, and you look at the comments and you think, why am I here? You people are absolutely awful to each other. And people are being nasty, they're shouting at each other, people are having slanging matches via comments. And I don't see the point in doing that at all.
No. But Maxine, even if you don't have many friends on Facebook, you can join Facebook and you can join Planet Vegetaria.
Just to join Planet Vegetaria.
Just to be on Planet Vegetaria. And I think you would like it because many people do like Planet Vegetaria.
Joe, you can post anything you like. I mean, we're the same. When we did our first posts on there, we're like, oh my God, what are we going to do? It's like, okay, well, we've made a spaghetti bolognese. Let's post that. So we post things of what we eat for dinner. We post things, cakes we've made, all of that. So, it's anything you want. Hi, Crystal.
Are you not going to get us a piece of that cake?
What, you want me to get a piece of cake?
Well, I mean...
You want me to go and get a piece of cake? Well, you can do. Do you want to watch us eat chocolate cake? Is that what would please you? Because you might have noticed I no longer do a vape break.
No vape break. No.
I have managed to quit vaping, but I will let you into a confession. I have had a couple of puffs on the vape.
Yeah.
Mainly since lockdown. I'm literally a couple of puffs, and it's hardly got any nicotine in it at all. And yeah, basically, I have had a couple of puffs, but that's it. I'm not habitual anymore. I had it with me all the time. I've managed to quit most of it. Yeah, which is good.
What was that? Somebody just commented something about Montana. It wasn't that. It was on something else.
Right. Okay, Paul. Well, why don't you focus on what's going on here? Really?
Oh, that's on Paige's Manager. Oh, right. Paige's Manager is coming up as well. Yeah.
Well, we're certainly not going to do it naked because you would all switch off straight away. Believe you me. So I'll go and get some cake then, shall I, Paul? You want a piece of cake?
Oh, Christine. Hi, Christine. Hi,
Christine.
there.
Welcome. Hope you're okay.
Oh, it's lovely to see you on here, Christine. That's absolutely fab. Yeah.
Well, I ditched the vape because I had that nosebleed episode, and the doctor said to me that it can dry out the nasal cavity. So I thought it's a good idea to just stop now. But I've had a couple of moments where, I'm not immune to the stress of this situation as well. And, I don't drink particularly now. So I have had a couple of little weak moments where I've puffed away. I know, Christine, you've not been very well. Well, we're so glad that you're back and that we hope you're okay.
Yeah, are you improving, Christine?
I'll get cake.
So.
You hold the fort.
Okay, so I'm holding the fort now, looking like a unicorn. It's really odd. We've got some messages coming up from Paige's Manager as well, from the Richard and Paul page that we've got. Yeah, Christine, it's fabulous to see you. Courtney, what are you saying there? Bald eagles, billy goats, longhorn sheep, bison, and much more. Yeah, I I do love wildlife. I absolutely adore wildlife. And there was that nest that someone put up on Planet Vegetaria earlier there, and she was trying to keep a cat off it, and unfortunately the cat didn't get there the next day. Such a shame, or did get there the next day. Such a shame. Lynn, that's funny. I like that. Thanks, Christine. Thanks, Christine. So yeah, I'm Richard made this cake. I said to him earlier, are you going to be making something today? I thought he might make something for supper. We haven't had supper yet. We might not have supper now. And I was expecting him to say, oh yes, I'll do supper, but he said, well, I might make a cake. So so we've ended up with a cake instead. One of the things that I did love that we did in Wales last year was the red kite feeding. We went with our friends to the red kite feeding place in Wales, and it was just incredible. There were so many, and they sort of they bang something to sort of they bang, I don't know what it was, but they make noise to draw them in, and it was just an incredible thing. Ospreys, wow. Fantastic. Cabinet mount. Oh, look at that. Can you see that? Now that's a piece of cake. Oh, it smells gorgeous.
So this is it's basically a chocolate brownie cake, and it is coated with melted Lindor chocolates, which don't seem to set once they've melted, I've noticed, which is quite gorgeous. So here goes.
This is lovely. This is lovely.
So it's quite moist.
It's not that sweet.
It's quite moist. Oh my God.
Sorry, Karina. Sorry about that.
Oh my God, it's absolutely fantastic.
I think you did really well there.
Oh. The melted Lindor is just divine. I'm going to put the recipe on Planet Vegetaria because this is a really good.
What didn't it have in it?
That's because they're made of plastic. Well, they taste great, Lynn.
Oh, Lucy ran out of cocoa powder on Tuesday.
Oh my God.
Don't think it needs cream.
It's so moist. It's so moist, and it's like a chocolate brownie.
It's like a chocolate. It's like a Black Forest Cato.
No, it's not. That is a really good recipe. And there's no butter. There's no butter. It's oil.
So Isa's got. Nice coming into. Oh yeah, not ants in the house. That's great. I think this is a winner. This.
God, you're telling me it's a winner. It's incredible. Well, there you go.
Does the Lindor need to go into the fridge to reset again?
No, I don't think it'll set because it's a truffle.
So it's got lots of butter in it.
So most of the melted stuff is the truffle, really. What? I'm not sure what that means, really.
Put that in timeout.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, this is a lovely cake.
So we've been live for an hour and a quarter now. Thunder and lightning, Sue, enjoy it. I hope
Mary's only got a digestive biscuit. We're supposed to have some on Sunday. I think we're supposed to have thunder. I said to somebody, well, if we have thunder, we'll have lightning. And they went, well, you don't necessarily have thunder and lightning.
Thank you.
Bye, Sue. Wow, you got thunder and lightning now.
Gosh, that was so good.
You eating yours?
Yeah.
It is good.
Divine.
I think that's our evening meal.
Yum. So I'll put the recipe on Planet Vegetaria and you can make it if you want to.
Well, Lynn, the cake has gone now.
Well, Lisa, it was so good. It was so good. Anyway, there you go.
I think that's one of the best cakes I've ever had, actually.
Give me your plate because we're not to put the plates on the floor because those ants will smell the cake and they'll be over in a shot.
I think I dropped a piece on the floor.
You better not have done, Paul.
Oh, you got an allergy, Lisa. Fortunately, I don't think we've got any sort of major allergies to anything, really. Oh, 3000%. I love ginger cake. Love ginger. Oh, ginger cake.
We made ginger cake.
Yeah, I love ginger cake.
Sharon's vegan ginger cake.
Karina, can you use black bean flour? I have absolutely no idea. It would be a little more dense, I think, but yeah, give it a go. When the recipe's up, give it a go.
Yeah, I used self-raising flour in that, but you can use plain. Yeah, lovely.
Peter, you say your allotment is closed in Salford. Is that closed by the council or has it been closed by the association? And also, is it an allotment that you need to drive to, or is it something that you can walk to? Courtney says Dave is coming home. Well, he's not going to have any cake if he's coming home.
Crystal, if you look on our YouTube channel, you'll find there's a vegan ginger cake video. And that shows you exactly. It's one of our followers, Sharon. It's her recipe, Sharon Hull. And it's a really good vegan ginger cake. So I recommend it.
So whether you're vegan or not, it's a great ginger cake. So do try it.
Yeah, go for it, Crystal. It's really, really good. And it's even better the next day, we found, didn't we? It got stickier.
Yeah. I think that is a problem, Peter, that people are finding, that if one person abuses the social distancing on the allotment, I can understand why it gets closed. I mean, maybe that person could be banned. I mean, we have a combination padlock on our allotment, so we could actually ban a person simply by changing the combination and letting everybody else know what the combination is and not the banned person. But it's such a shame that one person being stupid has stopped you going to your allotment.
So vegan custard, you can make vegan custard. I think custard powder is vegan.
Custard powder is vegan.
You just make it with a soya milk.
So just losing those. Yeah, I think that's interesting, Karina. I've not heard of black bean flour. We use chickpea flour, so we use gram flour in certain things, and I've used that in a cake that I made maybe about 6 months ago. Yeah, interesting. You're sugar-free, so you use fake sugar. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that one used a load of sugar. There was a load of sugar in that cake, but I used...
Was it 320 grams?
350 grams, but I used soft brown, unrefined sugar rather than, white sugar. I thought that had a great taste, really good taste.
It was delicious. It was absolutely delicious.
And lots of cocoa in there as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very good. Okay, so...
Oh, look, there's a whole load of...
Hi, Claire.
Hi, Claire.
How is life at home all the time? Life at home all the time is fine, absolutely fine for us. We're, getting on with it.
Maxine, no, we're vegetarian, so we don't have a chicken soup recipe. But yeah, or when we used to eat meat, we used to boil the carcass after we'd had a roast and add vegetables to it and loved it. Yeah. Oh gosh.
How is the life with coronavirus? Men?
It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
all
it's
good.
fine.
Thank you.
Almond cocoa flour too. Like finding Bob. I haven't recently. Yeah, I think there is I can't think of the word. There's less flour and less other things than there used to be. People are really now trying different things as well because there isn't so much flour around.
Paul's mum is absolutely fine. She's had her personal care withdrawn, and she is getting some care from Paul's brother Martin. So things aren't ideal, but that's the way it goes, you know. But we speak to her every day, or Paul speaks to her every day.
Yeah, and we had a person, Saya Yakwama or something, who said that they were bored, so I've removed them from the chat. If you're bored,
No,
don't
they
stay
were
here.
meaning bored with the coronavirus, Paul.
Oh right, I didn't get.
Yeah,
that.
well, no, you need to pay more attention. Sorry about that.
It'll come back in a minute.
Sorry about that.
Keep a peanut butter cocoa ball always on hand for Dave's lunch. Yeah, very good, nourishing. Tony is back.
Nettle soup.
Yes.
Have we?
Yes.
Oh.
We've had it once. I told Richard it was spinach, and yeah, we did have it. It was well washed though. Well washed.
You're hoping for lots of videos about house hunting. Well, we're house hunting all the time. That's the thing. I have alerts set up for properties all over the country. So, you know, it's a case of visiting them when this situation is over. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, economies have crashed everywhere, Karina. I mean, look, I mean, the good thing about an economy crashing everywhere is that everywhere is in the same boat.
Yeah.
So we all need to work together to actually get ourselves out of this. So I think this isolationism that a lot of people have been talking about is not quite where I'd be going. But hey, I'm not an economist. I don't run the country.
Thanks, Cindy.
Might
That's
be a bit
lovely.
better if we did, but there we are.
Thank you. Paul has been going to the allotment, Caroline. Yeah, he has. Absolutely.
It's interesting you mentioned about nettle soup because I was just talking to somebody today. I'm letting the nettles grow around the hexagonal compost bin, both for food. I'm also going to try and make some twine from the nettle stem. And obviously I'm going to make nettle tea, which we'll use as a fertilizer.
Okay, Wendy. Well, that's a good thing. Yeah, we were just eating chocolate cake, Claire, that I made today.
Lovely chocolate cake.
With melted Lindor chocolates on top as the icing. Well, liquid sauce, actually. It's remained liquid. It's divine.
Beverly, the honesty seeds, I responded to your email. They will come out when we can get to the post office.
Okay.
I've lost the things again.
Good. Thank you, Karen. Thank you very much. Now's the time to start your own business instead of relying on employment. Well, that's if you can think of a business that's going to thrive at this time.
It's interesting, Karina, because I have run my own business since 2000 and it's really difficult at the moment. And even though I've paid all my taxes and everything, I'm not actually at the moment entitled to any benefits that the government have put out, which is interesting. Yeah, nettles do have very high vitamin C. You're right.
Yes.
Yeah,
they do. Okay, so we're coming up to 1 hour 24. So we're going to start winding down now. We're going to start saying goodbye and toodaloo. Because,
Are we?
yes, we are.
Oh.
Absolutely. So we want to say a big thank you to all of you for joining us. We know it's been a while since we've done live. And we're just delighted that so many people have joined us. And so few trolls as well, which is lovely. So thank you very much. And let's just say, keep calm, carry on, keep distracting yourselves, keep entertaining yourselves, keep engaging yourselves in things that you find interesting and fun to do.
Enjoyable.
Keep those projects on the go, because this is the key to life in general, to have stuff to do. We are not made to sit watching TV all day. We're not made to do that. We're made to be doing stuff with our brains, with our bodies, moving, thinking, and doing. So keep that up and you'll be fine. Yeah? So, well done, Crystal. So take care of yourselves.
What are we going to be doing after this?
Well, we need to have something else to eat, even though we've just had a slice of cake that was probably enough calories in it to last us until tomorrow morning.
I think we might just have a sandwich
later.
a
cup of tea and a sandwich later, and a couple of bits and pieces. Check on the ants.
Oh God, they really are. I can see they're going to be a major topic of conversation over the next few days.
Thank you, Caroline.
Thanks, Melanie. Much appreciated. Thank you for being here as well.
Well, remember, we're regularly vlogging on Planet Vegetaria. That's a Facebook group by Richard and Paul. That's Richard and Paul since 2017. That's contractual. And, if you're not already on Facebook, join us on Facebook.
You could do a whole new playlist on Richard and the Ants, couldn't you?
Possibly.
Yeah, definitely.
You're very welcome, all of you. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Marie. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. We're going to go.
Take care.
Have a good weekend. I think it's a long weekend, obviously, for many, many people around the world. So have a good weekend.
Take care of yourselves.
And see you on Sunday for Sunday Chat.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so we're going to sign off now.
Bye.
Bye for now. Take care. Thank you, everybody.
Where's the button?
Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.
Bye
Is it that
all.
one there?
Bye all.
Is that it there?
Oh, it must be.
Bye.
Bye.